day 19 of my 20-day water fast. Well, it's been another interesting day in this journey. Let's see. Well, just start with the numbers. pH. It was kind of hard to tell, but it looked like it was back. It kind of slipped back down to 5.75. Because it seemed like it popped up to about 6 yesterday, so it's kind of moved back down to 5.75. So, which obviously is still processing things, and things are being discarded in my body and all that stuff. So so it's probably natural that it's going to be a little more acidic. But for the most part, I'm still been having the very high alkaline water, so counteracting it, but it's not enough to bring it back up to the neutral state yet. My weight dropped significantly today compared to yesterday. I was 185.8 yesterday, and today I dropped like a pound and a half down to 184.3. So that was another 1.5 pound drop. So that was nice to see that. So officially under the 185 mark. Drank over 3 liters today again. Went to the bathroom about 6 times. Water pH was 9.45, TDS 101, EC 203. I got up a little later today because I didn't get to bed till about 1 a.m. last night, and initially woke up pretty early, almost just before 7 a.m. Kind of just woke up. I was still feeling kind of tired, a little tired. I wanted to sleep a little more, but then I was like, okay, let me got my meditation track going, so I put those headphones on, put my HoloSync meditation track on, and then that lasted an hour. And so by the time the meditation was done, and then I just kind of finished fiddling a couple of things with my phone, then got up about 8:30. So those are the main details there. It's like midnight now. I'm recording this. Very end of day 19, and I'd say today I felt, interesting enough, I felt even more energy today. Like I felt, it could have definitely been like getting that extra hour of sleep this morning, made a difference. Or at least, staying in bed and just meditating for that extra hour instead of just getting up earlier. I think that, it contributed, making a difference, because unlike the past few days where, I was out and about working all day, driving all day, and that like by 3 or 4 o'clock, I could feel like, I gotta take a little bit of a nap. That didn't hit me today. Like come 3, 4 o'clock rolled around, like I was still full energy, full speed. So that was, pleasant surprise that I didn't have a little bit of a lull like I had a few other days. I just, once I got going in the morning time, I definitely had a slower morning, so I think that also helped to contribute. Because of this, I was resisting like taking showers for a few days, because I didn't want to disturb this at all. But today I was like, okay, I think, it's been several days now. I think it's probably holding strong enough. And so I just very carefully just took everything off while holding my arm in basically the exact same position, and just held it there while I worked my way, taking the shirt off and all that stuff, to be able to then take a shower. And then again, just in the shower, just kept holding my arm, same position, and not make any, swinging motion movements, or try to avoid moving my left arm much at all. And then, and so that was, yeah, so I think that was really good, very refreshing. And then also I applied like a Kiehl's lotion. It's like the really nice one, body lotion. I took the time to just, after the shower, I just rubbed it on like every inch of my body. Because again, one of the things that I really want to take advantage of is the autophagy effect, and to help with tightening up my some of the loose skin that I have around my midsection and chest and like buttocks area and stuff. And I believe, but one of the things that will aid in that is to make sure my skin is like as moisturized as possible, so it has more of that elasticity. So that was good, so I definitely, definitely had a late start with getting to actual work, but I think it was definitely well worth it to take that extra time to, get fully cleaned and fully lotioned up, and then just had it, then took a little while, needed to give it time to fully absorb before putting clothes on, so all that took some time. And then, then basically was just, once I did get dressed, headed out the door, ended up being out all day, driving again, hitting a whole bunch of different locations, changing out posters, these giant 4-foot by 5-foot mural posters, all throughout the peninsula part of the Bay Area. And then I went to my martial arts class today, and I ended up like fully participating, just using my right arm only, practicing doing different defensive flowing blending drills, just with my one arm. So they were showing me how to modify and just to respond with just the one arm again. So yeah, so unlike Monday's class where I just kind of participated a few minutes here, a few minutes there, today's class I just participated the entire time, and definitely could feel I can get much lower with less effort, with definitely a lot less, feeling less exuberated, exacerbated feeling, and so yeah, so overall my energy level, even right now, like I feel good, I feel really good. I feel like, I know I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get myself to go to sleep soon, but there's like, I feel like wide awake, fully energized. Yeah, I don't feel like a slump at all. Energy now, it's like, it feels like I've said, I'm just hitting like a new stride, and also the sensation that I was describing in the last video, how I was starting to feel like there's that true hunger sensation. When I woke up this morning, it wasn't there at all, and for the most part, pretty much the whole day, I didn't notice it. There was none of that tightening feeling in the back of my throat, tightening and thirstiness, unquenchable thirstiness, tightening feeling in the back of your throat. Like that's kind of what that true hunger sensation is when it's like fully going. And even like right now, I feel like a slight tinge of it, but it's like, I do know, like when you drink water, it doesn't quench it at all. Normally it doesn't quench it at all, but this one, it feels like it does kind of pretty much quench it when I drink water. So I think I'm just, I think it's just a mild sensation that just feels similar to the true hunger, but it's not actually the true hunger yet. It makes sense that it would definitely be longer than 20 days before that would kick in. But like I said, the last time, I had done one fast where it was 18 days, and then the true hunger response kicked in and all the alarm bells kicked in. It was very obvious. It was not subtle. Whereas this is pretty subtle for the most part. So I'm just counting it as it's just a subtle sensation. Maybe it's just like that part of my throat is like it's waking up, that signaling system is finally waking up after being, so muted for so long, and desensitized for so long, maybe it's kind of waking up. So yeah, so I'm going to continue. One thing I did end up having is I ended up drinking a little bit of sparkling mineral water, just to kind of like mix it up a little bit, just have a little bit different texture in my mouth for a change. But I double checked that there was like nothing in it. It's just carbonated water with I think like a hint of like lime essence or something. So 0 calories, 0 everything. So yeah, so I think that might be something I might incorporate as like kind of like a little refreshing something. Mix it up, I think, every few days. Maybe have a little drink of that. Because it can kind of get a little boring after a while. Just drinking nothing but just the water. So having a little sparkling is nice. Yeah. So the plan is, man, day 20 tomorrow. Man, like everyone's like shocked and in disbelief. They're just like, shouldn't you be like passed out, dead on the floor by now, going this long without food? And the fact that they're seeing me like I'm more energetic than ever, and I'm like fully working, I'm doing all this stuff, I'm not slowing down at all, I'm actually speeding up. They're just like, it's actually really enjoyable watching the faces of some of these people. They're like, it's like they're seeing a purple cow or something. It's literally like, this doesn't add up. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. This shouldn't be happening. Like, what I'm seeing it goes against everything I believed was true, And I love having that effect on, it's great to be able to do that. And doing something like this, the best way is to show it, instead of just telling people about it, do it yourself, and they'll see the results, and they're just like, damn, yeah, I can see, yeah, you've definitely lost a lot of weight, That's only been since Christmas, which is like, 3 weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks? Yeah, it's this like middle of January, end of basically 3 weeks. Because I started with a pre-fast. I started around Christmas Day. I started tapering down what I was eating. Or I think the day before Christmas. It was the day before Christmas. I started tapering down what I was eating and starting to cut stuff out, and then like reduce my portion sizes. And I did that for like the days leading up to right before I started the fast. So technically I dropped a little, so I did lose a little bit of weight in those 3 days or so, because I just cut my calories down and cut out a lot of the junk food and stuff like that. Not so much on Christmas Day, but I still kept my portion sizes smaller than normal on Christmas Day. So, so that definitely helped. And so those 3 days or so of just, reduction, kind of prepped my body to have a smoother transition into the 100% water fast. So yeah, on Christmas I was like 215, and then I started with the cutting things down, and then so I think, so then on the very first day when I was fully in the fast, like then my body had then dropped all the way down to like 208 something, but I had been at 215 for literally like, I can't even remember how long. It's been at least a year that I've been hovering between 210 and 220, kind of just bouncing between in that range. So that's what I've been saying. Like, okay, since Christmas, I lost, because that was the time that I actually started the pre-fasting, and then went to the full-blown fast. So, so over 30 pounds since Christmas. It's like, most people will be like, say 6, I'll spend the next 3 to 6 months to try to lose 30 pounds. And, did it in 3 weeks. So it's like, that's another advantage of doing water fasting. You just get results, and you get them fast. Like, pun intended. And it's, yeah, life is so much simpler and easier when not eating. I mean, geez, like, I'm just thinking about all the, all the stuff I got done today, and how I wouldn't have been able to get all this stuff done today had I had to stop for 3 meals today. There's no way I could have gotten all this stuff done today. The other days, there's no way I would have been able to get all the things that I got done had I had to be stopping to have meals. And it's just like really getting me, thinking more deeply about it. It's like, wow, I really do want to modify my lifestyle to have this kind of super efficient, simplistic daily lifestyle on a more regular basis. The alternate day fasting. I think that's probably the best for me. Like, I'll just go from eating a couple of meals for one day, followed next day, eat nothing. And then back to, and just do that. So I'm 24, 36-hour fasts keep happening, and just get used to that. And then on the days that I'm eating, I don't have to worry so much about like my eating too much. It's like, fuck it, everybody's right. It's like, whatever, I could just eat. And I can eat every meal, eat till I'm totally full, so that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. And then there's also like a whole bunch of stuff that I've been researching on nutrition, and I discovered this whole new dimension about it that just like completely upends pretty much almost everything that I've been hearing and what's the norm in mainstream nutritional science, and in diets, what foods to eat, and like, about vegetables all being healthy and all that stuff. It's like, it just like blows everything out of the water and just flips everything upside down. So I'm gonna make I can make another video about that specifically. But I'm in the middle of reading it right now, so I don't want to jump the gun just yet. But it's definitely blowing my mind, and it's like, and he talks about doing water fasts as well as part of the program. So, but it's definitely blowing my mind, and I totally see that, wow, this is definitely what I've been looking for, in terms of, when I do eventually finish this long-term fast and I go back to an eating regimen. This I think I've finally found what I've been looking for. That's like the perfect nutritional diet. That'll meet all my needs and cut out all of the things that create inflammation, disease, autoimmune response, everything. It's like, it'll just fix all that stuff. And so I'm just like, wow, I can see it's going to be a huge, and just be, this possibility of having like this amazingly fit, lean, just powerful body, and I think it could, be able to happen on a pretty relatively short timeline. And that's also what's like really exciting to me. And of course, I'll just keep making the videos, documenting my journey, going from where I am now to where I'm going, which is going to be this totally transformed body, new identity, new life. So, all right, that's it for now, and on to day 20.